Have you ever met a celebrity and pretended you didn't recognize them? That actually happened to me during one of the hardest nights of my life. I was working a night shift as a nurse in a children's cancer ward in Los Angeles. The job is meaningful, but some nights take everything out of you. Earlier that evening, we'd lost a 7-year-old girl named Naya. Being there for her parents was heartbreaking, and by 2 a.m., I felt completely drained. While doing my rounds, I noticed someone sitting alone in the family waiting area. At that hour, visitors are rare. As I got closer, I realized who it was: Johnny Depp. Dressed simply, sitting quietly with his head down. I recognized him instantly, but he clearly wasn't there for attention, so I kept my voice neutral. "Can I help you?" He explained he'd come to visit a young fan named Tommy, a 9-year-old fighting aggressive leukemia. Tommy had written him months earlier, but the letter only reached Johnny the day before he came straight to the hospital without checking the time. I told him visiting hours were over, but when I mentioned that Pirates of the Caribbean played constantly in Tommy's room, Johnny's whole expression shifted. He said he'd come back tomorrow, but I could see the fear in his eyes. The fear that Tommy might not have a tomorrow. Too many of our kids don't. So I broke a rule. "Follow me," I whispered. "Tonight, you're Tommy's uncle." 10 minutes. Tommy was asleep when we walked in. Thin, pale, surrounded by tubes and monitors. Pirates posters covered his walls. Johnny froze in the doorway, emotional, then sat beside him and gently took his hand. Tommy woke up slowly. The moment he recognized him, his whole face lit up. "You came," he whispered. Johnny slipped effortlessly into Jack Sparrow's voice. "Captain Jack always keeps his promises, mate." I stepped out to keep watch. 10 minutes turned into nearly an hour. Through the window, I could see Johnny giving him small gifts: a compass, a signed bandana, a tiny replica sword. Tommy looked more alive than I'd seen in weeks. When I finally ended the visit, Johnny thanked me quietly. "You don't know what this meant to him?" he said. "I think I do," I answered. 3 days later, he returned during proper hours, this time in full costume, with a couple cast members. They turned the entire oncology floor into a pirate adventure for every kid there. What no one else knew was that Tommy had taken a bad turn the morning after Johnny's first visit. His doctor didn't think he'd make it through the week, but after that night, something changed. He started responding to treatment again. The doctors called it unbelievable. 6 months later, I got a package at the hospital. Inside was a handwritten note from Johnny and a check for $1 million to our Pediatric Cancer Research Fund. For Tommy, the note said, and all the little pirates fighting monsters bigger than the Kraken. Tommy went into remission 8 months after that first visit. He's 13 now, and still cancer-free. I never told anyone I broke protocol that night, and Johnny never mentioned it. Some moments are meant to stay quiet and stay ours.